On Carlton Sport tonight, Arsenal continue their cup exploits. Norwich are their visitors in the Coca-Cola Cup. Chelsea feature as well. Glenn Hoddle's men face a tough trip to Manchester City. And Crystal Palace are also in the northwest. They face Everton at Goodison Park. Highlights of that one too.
Tonight on Carlton Sport, we're at Highbury, where Arsenal attempt to do to Norwich in the Coca-Cola Cup what they did to Standard Liège in the European Cup Winners' Cup. Norwich, of course, though, still revelling in their own terrific European success, a 2-1 win over Bayern Munich in Germany. These are the two sides that are closest to leaders Manchester United in the Premiership, so the portents for a cracking cup tie are pretty good. Also tonight, we follow Chelsea to Manchester City, and there's news of Crystal Palace. But here at Highbury, your commentator Jerry Harrison has news of a player who's looking forward to this one more than most.
Well, Andy Linnigan, the former Norwich player whose winning goal in the FA Cup final ensured that Norwich played in Europe this season. So he's a pretty popular player in Norwich circles, but not tonight, as Arsenal try to maintain their grasp on the Coca-Cola Cup, with Ray Parlour replacing Paul Davis. A formidable defensive record this season, 9 goals conceded in 17 games, but scoring goals has been much more of a problem. Although if they hit the form we saw last week against Standard Liège, they'll certainly take some stopping. With 2 goals from Ian Wright, making it 12 goals in 17 games this season, but there is a worry that this is becoming too much of a one-man show. Well, Norwich come here armed with a very impressive away record, just 1 defeat and 22 goals scored this season. The win in Munich last week, using a sweeper system then, proved that they can get important results even when they're not at full strength. Polston, Coca and Robbins are still injured. Darren Eadie comes in on the flank. It's a system, whichever they play it, relying on exceptional teamwork, with Ian Crook the key figure in midfield. He learned his trade at Spurs. He picked up a lot, he said, from Glenn Hoddle, but like a lot of the Norwich players, has blossomed considerably in confidence and experience in the last 2 seasons. Referee tonight is Alan Gunn from Sussex, who was in charge the last time these two sides met here, and Norwich won by 4 goals to 2. So it's a Norwich City kick-off here against Arsenal. The Coca-Cola Cup holders at Norwich seem to be reaching new heights on a regular basis. 2 sides who've both done English football proud in the last week. 2nd and 3rd in the Premiership. They meet here again on Saturday, but now it's head-to-head in cup conflict. Merson going over on the left with Winterburn. A couple of changes in the Arsenal side that drew at Oldham, using Jensen coming back into the side and Ray Parlour replacing Paul Davis. Well, George Graham intimating that if they can't solve the domestic goal-scoring problem, he might have to go into the transfer market. Dixon, the right full-back on this touchline. McGoldrick is right down the front with Smith, so they'll have to hit a long one. Not a good enough one either. Cut out easily by Mark Bowen. Linnigan back in again. Nice ball from Jensen. Good quick passing here by Arsenal. Ball goes Ray Parlour. Parlour's done superbly here. And at the 2nd attempt, Brian Gunn gets it. Parlour, no goals this season, and only rarely is he in the first side at the moment, but that was a wonderful run through midfield, brushing by 2 challenges. Not much of an angle, and Brian Gunn was in trouble for a moment, but he recovered quickly. Bowen has gone forward, leaving a little bit of a hole here. Fox, and now Sutton. Sutton's in with a chance. Good save. Fox again. Good goalkeeping by Seaman. He really kept his cool there as young Chris Sutton got through. That was a lovely move by Norwich City. Certainly their only attacking move so far. And Seaman saved the day. Here they come again, Arsenal. Merson with Ian Butterworth. No trouble this time for Brian Gunn. But an exceptional move there by Norwich City with Chris Sutton just ducking by his marker, and a lovely shot that was just knocked away by the foot of goalkeeper Seaman. Back out to Dixon. Goldrick's gone on the right-hand side. Smith's come to help him. A lot of space here for Jensen. Parler's got to get to him. Good save by Gunn, but once again, it almost rolled out of his grasp with Alan Smith coming in. Jensen doesn't get too many goals. He hasn't scored, of course, for Arsenal since he joined them. But that was a good drive, and Gunn was really stretching. Fox can't get that, and Nork and Winterburn. So the big boot from David Seaman with a little wind assistance. Pryor's under this, gets it cleanly. Fox a little knock on. Adams. Nigel Winterburn. Parler's made a good run, but so too had Butterworth. Right. A bit too strong for Jensen, but Dixon is there. So too is Newman. Good challenge. In goes Dixon. Right shoots. And Gunn had it covered as it went zipping over the watered turf and past the post. Pretty quick, but again, too quick perhaps to get a proper type of shot, and he topped it. Smith gets up. White is under it. Butterworth gets over there. He finds Paul Merson on the far post. Here's McGoldrick, and a good shot cleared off the line by Culverhouse. Jensen's effort would have gone in, but it was Culverhouse to knock it away with Brian Gunn well beaten. That was again the Dane hitting the ball well, but having no luck. Good cross by Merson. Wonderful far post header. And in goes Jensen. Goalkeeper's beaten, and it's Culverhouse to get it off the line. McGoldrick looking for a route through for Wright. He's chopped down as a free kick. There's a little bit of wind assistance here for someone like Merson if he wants to try one, but it's a long way out. Adams, Linnigan are pushed up. A lot of interchanging of positions by Arsenal, with Adams and Linnigan moving around, with Arsenal players picking up on the end of the wall, which might give Merson half a chance if they suddenly disappear. Well, they did, but it didn't test Brian Gunn. Well, wonderful free kick we saw last week against Standard Liège. This one, not quite so good. Past the wall, but over the top. George Graham vacated his seat to get a bit closer to play. A little bit anxious, I think, that they have dominated in a few areas. They have created some half chances, but it's still 0-0 here as Fox cuts inside well. This is looking good for Norwich City. Fox, and here's Crook. He's got it. Ian Crook, a poor clearance by Arsenal, and Norwich City have struck. It's a familiar tale. They soak up a lot of pressure. Then Fox comes in from the right-hand side. The cross should have been cleared really by Arsenal, but it drops right to Ian Crook, and bang, it's past Seaman. It's 1-0. It was Jensen who made the mistake. He should have got that one away here, but it drops to Ian Crook, and that's his first goal of the season. Pushing and shoving there, but the referee says play on. He's very close to it, and Sutton's away here, not offside. He can make it two. The goalkeeper's out. He can put it in now. Oh, what a challenge! And a free kick has been given. Well, according to the Norwich players, of course, he was on his way to goal, but he's given, I think, an indirect free kick. Adams was in trouble there as Sutton came forward, trying to get by the goalkeeper. He gets by him all right, but the challenge was definitely a foul, and there's going to be Certainly a caution for Adams. It could have been worse. And the free kick is given outside the area. Well, Sutton was in with an excellent chance of making it 2 there for Norwich City. And he would claim that he was in with a direct shot at goal, a direct chance at goal, because there was no goalkeeper there. Admittedly, it wasn't a straight line, but the referee has given a free kick. And now getting the Arsenal wall some way back. Cook is probably the favourite here, of course. Crook straight into the wall and comfortably cleared. Well, a direct free kick, of course, but should it have been more than a yellow card for the Arsenal captain, Tony Adams? Well, let's look at this from an Arsenal point of view. Sutton gets away from the goalkeeper. Now, they would insist, or they would claim that he got his foot to the ball. Well, it looks as if he did. He certainly brought Sutton down, but it looks as if he also got the ball first. Well won by Ian Wright. Cleared by Culverhouse, but only to Ray Parlour. Dixon here. Jensen's coming square to help him. Winterburn on the left. It's a good ball if he can hack it back. Good cross, right. McGoldrick. And out by Ian Crook. 2 players couldn't get that cleanly. McGoldrick couldn't leap to knock it into what was almost an unguarded net. And that's another chance gone begging for Arsenal. In time added on in this first half. McGoldrick, good cross. And there's Lenigan beaten by Sutton. Back in by Smith. Away by Pryor. There's no Norwich players to chase this. And there's the whistle for the end of the first half, which ends in boos from the Arsenal supporters. They've had their chances. They haven't had too many breaks. Norwich City have defended well. They've cleared off the line once when Culverhouse got that shot away from Jensen. And then they popped up the other end, and Ian Crook scores his first goal of the season, and they're leading 1-0, and it could have been more. But the half-time score here at Highbury, despite the pressure that Arsenal are putting on Norwich City, it's Arsenal 0, Norwich City 1. So it's Arsenal restarting the second half here at Highbury. The first club to win both the Coca-Cola Cup and the FA Cup in one season. They've got a couple of problems here before they can crack a very difficult East Anglian nut. No George Graham down there, but there must have been a very big influence on his views. Here he is now on what he had to say at half-time. They didn't get many breaks, to be fair. Worried supporters there. It goes Butterworth. Smith is beaten. Jensen couldn't quite get hold of it. Winterburn on the left-hand side. Not a particularly good pass for him. Edie's onto him, but Winterburn stronger in the challenge. Merson tries to drop one into the hole. Wright can't get there. Now Smith, done well. Wright, good challenge. Here comes Dixon. Should have hit the target from there. What a tackle that was on Ian Wright. He looked as if he had the target in the lineup when Alan Smith did well here to pick up the loose ball, turn it and put it towards Wright, but what a challenge. And Dixon should have done better. Nicely laid forward by Pryor, but Sutton unusually couldn't control it. They're onto them like tigers. And here goes Fox, he's quick, but so is Winterburn. Sutton over the far side for the deep cross. Now coming towards the near post. Now going back, Crook. And good covering by Lee Dixon. Crook was coming in as Sutton ducked off towards the near post to make a bit of a hole. Fox did well, but that was good defending by Arsenal, and Lee Dixon in particular. But how quickly Norwich City broke. Newman going to the near post, Sutton over the far post, and an easy run for David Seaman. Bit of anxiety there now from George Graham. Pryor with Wright. Picked up by Nigel Winterburn. Beats Pryor. Now Ian Wright. The goal ditch on the far post. Smith is coming to the near post. Gunn punches away superbly. But it's still Arsenal. Flying save there by the Scotland goalkeeper. Comes to Bowen, whack it away towards Sutton. That's a nice ball. And that's a lovely relay. They're good on the break here. Sutton wide on the left, keeps himself onside. Fox couldn't give it to him. Crook relays it. There's a chance here, but he's offside. Well, that was a controversial decision perhaps, but that was a potentially very damaging move by Norwich City. He wasn't too happy about the final ball and Sutton's final run, but that was a lovely move. Well, Fox did well. Crook relays that one into the hole, but Sutton's gone a little bit too early, according to the linesman, although it looked a bit doubtful from here. Away by Ian Butterworth. And here goes Ian Wright. Good catch. I don't know whether it was going in, but Brian Gunn makes that one safe. Be positive, said George Graham. Be patient. Well, I think his patience might be running out. Crook tries to get one down the line for Fox, and he's done it. Fox here with Linnigan coming across. Eadie's in the middle, Sutton on the near post. This is Sutton. And Eadie's there. Well, smothered by the bulk of Seaman, but young Eadie could have wrapped it up then. Seaman did well for Arsenal, but they're so good on the break, Norwich City, as we've seen a couple of times, and Seaman had to be at his best. Winterburn's long ball forward. Smith is beaten. Jensen to Wright. Well, he does well to beat Pryor. Good cross. Knocked away, only to Parler. Battered out again off Bowen. Considered ball there from Adams. Jensen. And now Wright might get in here. And that's the equaliser from Ian Wright. Well, relief for George Graham and for Arsenal supporters and for the Coca-Cola Cup holders here. Wright was given a little bit of space on that left-hand side. He couldn't win the ball here off Smith. He does well to relay it to him, and pure power blasts the ball past Brian Gunn, and it's 1-1. Well, Alan Smith did a great job here, but this was a terrific finish by Ian Wright. 13th goal of the season, and this could be a lucky one for Arsenal. Now, Wright to Dixon. Ooh, gracious me, and here's Campbell. And it was Pryor who got it away after Crook has got his side in all sorts of trouble. And Norwich are definitely beginning to wobble here. No foul yet. Oh, Parler really got in front of that one rather rashly. Well, Mike Walker said before the game, the result we don't want is a draw. We've got too much on at the moment, and the squad really is finding it difficult to cope with. But it's a draw at the moment. Crook, Fox, Butterworth, forward by Davis, chased by Ian Wright. There's danger here. Wright can screw it round, but rather optimistically, with hardly any target to aim at. Doesn't get it right at all. There's a lot more to come for both these sides in what could be a very successful season the way they've gone so far. Adams does well. We're into the second minute of time added on now, as the ball rebounds to Jerry Goss. How well they've worked in midfield and how hard they've worked at the back as the final whistle goes. And it's a result that Arsenal didn't look as if they were going to get until Ian Wright struck with a wonderful goal in the 79th minute. And it's a result that, according to Mike Walker, that they didn't want, because they didn't want to draw because they've got so many fixtures piling up. But they really will have enjoyed this. Ian Crook, with the 34th minute goal in the first half, gave them heart and something to defend with resolution. And they could have had a couple more on the break, but Arsenal threw everything at them, and finally it was Wright who drew them level. So it goes to a replay at Carrow Road in a fortnight. The final score here is Arsenal 1, Norwich City 1.
Ian, you must have thought that goal was never going to come.
Yeah, Norwich, we knew they would. They came in, they played some good football, and then they got the goal, deservedly so. They was playing some good stuff. And then we knew that in the second half they was going to keep their 5 men at the back, and not give us no space behind the right back and the left back, and we knew that it was going to be hard.
Alan Smith did really well to set it up for you, didn't he?
Yeah, well, if you look at a lot of my goals, you'll see that Alan Smith has usually got a lot to do with it. He holds it up well there, you know, and then he just lays it through to me. And then I just had to wait for it to come down, and you hit the target from there. And, you know, I was fortunate it went in.
What about Norwich a second time around?
Yeah, we got them on Saturday again. And, you know, it's always a good game when they play. They are a very good, entertaining side. They've got a few players who I really admire. And, you know, it's always good to play them. You know that it's not going to be an easy game. People used to think there was a bit of a soft touch, and now, you know, people are dreading playing Norwich.
But what about the replay at Carrow Road on November the 10th?
Well, like I say, yeah, we got to play them then again, and I think we can go there, and maybe the pressure won't be so much on us there, and we might be able to do some stuff there.
Thanks, Ian. After the break, we're at Main Road for Manchester City versus Chelsea. Stay with it.
And that's good night, Standard Liège. This time Campbell. Yeah, breaking so well, Arsenal, and Muneron with the header, and it might just leave it open there for Merson. And knocked off the line again for another corner. Dixon quick on the break. And Campbell even quicker on the break. Smith and Merson are waiting in the middle. Will it come to Merson? It may not, but it might come to City! It's another one for Arsenal! And knocked in and pushed away! Tony Evans! It's 3-0. Campbell getting in behind him. It could be another one! It is! 4-0. Kevin Campbell. 41 minutes gone. 7-0 on aggregate.
And I'd back Arsenal to survive that one. Now, in the UEFA Cup, Aston Villa came away level after a cracking first leg in northern Spain against Deportivo La Coruña. John Helm and Ian St John described the first half action.
Here's Merson taking that ball from Selly. Smith on the far side! And exactly what Arsenal required. That opening goal with a little more than 2 minutes gone. And that's good night, Standard Liège. This time Campbell. Yeah, breaking so well, Arsenal, and Muneron with the header, and it might just leave it open there for Merson. And knocked off the line again for another corner. Dixon quick on the break. And Campbell even quicker on the break. Smith and Merson are waiting in the middle. Will it come to Merson? It may not, but it might come to City! It's another one for Arsenal! And knocked in and pushed away! Tony Evans! It's 3-0. Campbell getting in behind him. It could be another one! It is! 4-0. Kevin Campbell. 41 minutes gone. 7-0 on aggregate. Merson again. Goldrick ready to make the little dart down the right flank. Oh, he's done well, Eddie McGoldrick. And again, Jensen tries, and that time it was on target. It's gone round his man beautifully. There's the cross coming in towards Merson! McGoldrick, the little touch again for Davis. Kept things moving along nicely through the midfield as Davis, and here's good work by Eddie McGoldrick. And it's another one, and it's Campbell. McGoldrick's work, Campbell right at the end probably got the touch. Safe handling again by Seaman. Not only that, a superb throw out that sends Merson racing forward. McGoldrick again. What an amazing goal! Eddie McGoldrick!
So Arsenal go through quite convincingly. Before we talk about them, Ray, a word about Villa. It seemed to be the same sort of problem.
Without Ian Wright, who is our best goal scorer. So with him back in the team and the way they played tonight, I've got high hopes for them. Very frugal at the back. I think they're our best bet in Europe.
Do you think Wright's absence could have been a spur to the rest of the front line?
Sure, people were getting a chance tonight that they wouldn't normally have had, and they've produced it tonight. So George Graham's got a nice selection poser now, but I'm sure Ian will be back.
Your views on Arsenal's chances, briefly, Ray?
It was magnificent. It was a good decision from George as well. You didn't want Ian getting suspended for the next round. That's good management. It's a fantastic performance. As Lee said earlier on, when they go away, they're very, very good defensively, and they're hard to break down.
OK, Ray, Lee, thanks very much for being with us tonight.